What's going on? And welcome to Beastly Thoughts Live, our weekly video game podcast where we get on, we talk about what we've been playing, what we want to play, video game news. We're doing a new thing, okay? So we've got a 1 hour kind of newsy segment where we talk about news and opinions about that news, and then we're doing an hour live stream where we play a game after the show. So if you got any questions for us, if you got any suggestions for us, leave them down in the comments. We'll get to them. If you'd like to play with us, also leave your PSN ID in the comments because this week we're going to be playing Dying Light, right, guys? I think it was Dying Light.
I thought it was Exo Zombies we decided on now.
I don't think everybody's got Exo Zombies, so I think we switched over to Dying Light.
Okay.
Next week I think we're going to do Exo Zombies. And I want to get back to Destiny because we had a lot of requests to get back to Destiny as well.
Okay.
So with all that being said, I can't wait to talk about what I've been playing, but I want to save it for last. So, not too nerdy. What you've been playing, and welcome back to the show.
Thank you. And I've been playing. All right, now I used to make fun of this, like a lot of people that played cell phone games. Okay, so a lot of phone games for me, it's not hardcore, and it's not like you're not a real gamer. You play that, but I'll tell you one thing, man. This game right here, okay. This is Marvel, the Champions, okay? Contest of Champions, amazing. Okay, now, yes, they have stuff you could buy stuff and you could get things quicker, stuff like that. But they have all the way up to $100 worth of stuff.
Whoa!
But the difference with this game is you literally do not have to spend a dime because as long as you keep playing, you get stuff. So they do have it where after a while you run out of energy and you have to use energy to continue playing. But you get so much energy within the game, it's a joke that you could keep playing nonstop. You could play hours upon hours nonstop if you wanted to. And it refills up the next day anyway, so you could play hours and hours straight. And I'm talking about you could get so many different Marvel characters, you level them up, and you actually battle. And when I say battle...
What kind of game is it? Is it a card battle game, or...?
No, it's actual, battle game. You swipe. You can do combos and everything. So it'll be the right side of the screen will be, if you click on it, it's light punches. If you swipe, it's medium punches and heavy punches on the left. But you can also back. You could back up, go forward and back quickly to slide left and slide right. And you can also block, pressing the left button as well, the left side of the screen. So it's literally, if you do the right things, you can actually make combos and everything. It's an actual fighting game, which is awesome.
That sounds cool.
And it's not just that you could go P versus P. You could go on the quest, and on the quest you go against different people on the quest, different characters, stuff like that. And it has all the Marvel characters in the whole universe. And I'm beasting with Hulk right now. Hulk, Spider-Man, and Wolverine is my team right now. But and it's you only do one character at a time. But when you go on a quest, as you fight people in one quest, your health goes down. So obviously you could rotate your lineup. So your lineup, so you put someone else that has 100% health, but you keep going and stuff like that. And they have crystals throughout the day that you get. When you get a quest or something like that, you get crystals. Each crystal does something different, and it's sort of like a slot machine. You put the crystal down and you try to stop it, and it might stop on something you get a whole bunch of health, you get a whole bunch of energy, or you even might get a character that might be a 3-star character, a 4-star character. Stuff like that. It's pretty insane. It's actually lots of fun. It's very addicting. So they just added Rocket Raccoon, which I thought was pretty cool. But they have a whole bunch of different characters you can get.
Here's the $1 million question. What's the name of this game?
It's a champion of it's a Contest of Champions.
That's what I was waiting for the whole time.
It's free to download. Like I said, you can play completely free. You don't have to get anything. But if you want to speed up the process, yes, you can buy stuff. But I'm having fun just leveling up, doing it on my own. I didn't have to purchase anything, even though it is tempting at times. Because I'll see, I'm oh man, I would love to get Deadpool, a 3-star, 4-star Deadpool. But you could work your way up and getting those characters.
So if it's a game that you really like, you don't mind the pay to play or pay to win.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really enjoy.
It's really not pay to win either, because pay to win would mean that you when it does P versus P, you're going against people that are level up the same as you. So it's not like you're have any advantage against the person you're going against. So it's if you're paying, you're just doing it for your own sake to get there quicker. But in a way, doesn't help you when you're going against someone else when you do P versus P, because you're always match up against someone that's around your level. So
Okay, gotcha.
So it makes it fair like that. So I think that's pretty cool.
And one more time for the people watching.
It is Contest of Champions, I think. I keep forgetting the main name. It's Contest of Champions. I'm going with that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Contest, and is it only on Android? I know you got your cell phone.
Android,
iOS.
iOS, Android. It's on both, and it's free to play. So definitely go check it out. It's a freemium, they call it.
I'll check anything. I'll check out anything for free.
Yeah. So
I'll try anything once. You know what I'm saying?
What are you there for,
No, stop.
Yeah, that's what we've been playing over like console games or PC games, which is very shocking this week. So,
Robbie, what have you been up to this week?
As far as gaming goes this week, I've been playing, of course, a lot of Destiny. I've been getting back into that. I am loving that Inferno playlist for Control. Man, that is awesome. Without the radar, I absolutely love it. I have just been having a blast with it. Gotten a lot of good drops this week. Also been playing some Advanced Warfare, of course, because the Havoc DLC.
Slow down. I want to talk about Inferno a little bit, because that is a cool game mode for Destiny.
Yeah, it really
that's
is.
no radar, simplified scoring. It's a lower score cap so that the games go by much quicker. A lot of times when you're playing Control, it's like a 10 to 12 minute game, but in Inferno mode, it's like 7 or 8 minutes. It's a lot faster.
It definitely is, yeah. And the thing is too, because you can cap the flags a lot faster too. So like, you'll constantly like cap like C and then move to B, and someone will already be on the C flag like on the enemy team, and then they'll cap it like really fast. And it's like, oh crap, you got to get back there, and because there's no radar, you never know where they're gonna be. Like it's like you may turn a corner and then you get blasted in the face with the shotgun, and you never knew that guy was gonna be there.
Yeah, that ends on Tuesday, well, Monday night, and I want to get a little bit more in before that goes away, because I've been having a blast with it.
Yeah, same here. I've been playing so much.
I feel really bad. I haven't even tried it.
It's cool, Beasley, because it changes the game up so much.
It sounds awesome. You know, actually,
You're glitching out so much right now.
It is. It's a lot of fun. You know, not having the radar really changes up Destiny. I do wish that you could hear footsteps in that game. Honestly, I think I told you guys that like during the beta. We all jumped in. I was like, how come we can't hear footsteps in this game?
You said that. You said it since the alpha, if I remember correctly. I think you said it since the alpha. You said like, there's no footsteps at all.
But yeah, with Inferno, without having that radar, footsteps really come in handy. But still, it's crazy. Running around with a shotgun. Shotguns are absolute key. Running around with a shotgun just blasting people is fun. Go ahead, Robbie. What was the next thing?
I was gonna say, yeah, I've been playing Advanced Warfare as well. I've been playing the Havoc DLC, and surprisingly, like, it's fun to jump into the new maps, and the game is still really good, but I'm just enjoying Destiny more, flat out. I just like PvP better in Destiny. There's just more to that game. Like, of course, you have the supply drops in Advanced Warfare, so you have a chance to get, like, a Bal 27 Obsidian Steed or, like, an elite variant of some really awesome gun you like, but it's just more complex in Destiny, because you get, like, different guns that are, like, these cool drops. It's not just variants, you know what I mean? So there's just more in Destiny, and I feel like I keep just going back to it every time, but Advanced Warfare still has been a lot of fun to play.
This is a little on subject and off subject. This is not what I've been playing, but talking about Destiny, yesterday, Kate and I played some game.
That's what I was saying.
I was looking through my friends list trying to see if anyone actually had the game.
I just hear a jumbled up robot.
I told her, I said, damn it, I got hundreds and hundreds of friends, right? And Destiny has completely destroyed everything. Everybody was on Destiny. That's actually a really good thing for Destiny. But I couldn't. I mean, the game that I was playing was actually a lot newer than Destiny. So I was thinking, hey, there might be at least 3 or 4 people with it. Nobody. I was like, wow. It was Destiny. I'd say 80% of my friends were on Destiny. It was crazy. Continue, Robbie.
I got upset with Destiny though, Robbie, because when I went back to Destiny play, when I finally got the game back, I go there. I got 11 level 27 character. I don't know how my Warlock dropped again. And then I'm missing 1 out of my other 2 characters. Just disappeared.
It's gone?
It's gone.
Really?
And I wrote like email, and it's funny because I tried to message on the forum, stuff like that. Then all of a sudden, the next day, I got my character back, the Titan, and my Hunter's gone now. And it's gone. Like, and now I can't do it. It's only 1 out of the other 2 characters showing up. And like they're both, those are the higher ones. I had one of them level 32, the Titan, so I got the 32 back at least. and then the level 31 is my hunter, and then level 31 was also my warlock that I got. Now my warlock's at level 27, and like, I mean, some people said that maybe you got suspended, but if that was the case, then my whole account be suspended, not individual character, and they keep switching it back. So it's not that. I don't know what's going on. So that's why I got pissed off and stopped playing, because I'm not going to keep leveling up. It's going to disappear. I don't know.
That's really unfortunate. Wow.
So, but continue. Sorry to cut you off. I just want to throw that in there. That's why I haven't been playing as much. It kind of gives me incentive to at least push the warlock back up to the 30s so I could do something. Okay, at the moment, I'm still waiting for the DLC, the last one, but I mean, it gives me something to do, I guess, till then. So.
Yeah. That sucks. So you know what I've heard is like
we're going to continue moving.
Sometimes Beastly, you are flagging out hard.
Yeah, you've been cutting out quite a bit.
What I've heard is that some people are getting kicked to that character creation screen, and then if they actually go to start a new character, it erases the character. If they just like sit there and wait for it to kind of catch up, then it goes to like your normal screen where you choose a character you've already made. But on occasion, it lags out so bad that it actually kicks you to the character creation screen, and then if you create a character, it can erase the progress you've already made, which is bad.
Mine didn't do that. It just straight up like choose a character. It was blank at first. It was just a warlock, and then all of a sudden I tried again the next day, and it was a warlock and a hunter. And then I complained on the forums, and all of a sudden, I don't know if someone fixed it or whatever, but it went back to being the warlock and Titan, and the hunter is gone now. Like, so I don't know.
The hunter's the best one.
I was like, I was so pissed, dude. And my warlock, I was so proud that I was at level 31. I was trying to get to level 32 for warlock because I really like that character the best. And now I'm back to 27. So at least, I mean, I guess I'll have fun trying to get it back up to level, 32 again, but that's still a little messed up.
That frightens me. That really does frighten me. That can't happen. We lost Beastly. Robbie, did you have anything else you wanted to play?
Not really. We could get into the news if you guys want to. Hopefully,
I would like to
Beastly
talk about what
back.
I want to play. I've been playing, and I'd like Beastly to talk about what he's been playing. So I finally picked up a new Nintendo 3DS.
The new one, right? The new one, or is it just a new one?
It's called the new.
Isn't it the new 3DS? Okay.
It's the new Nintendo 3DS.
It's the newest new of the new 3DS. It's the newest one right off the shelf.
The way you paused. Where was that guy?
Oh, man.
And I also picked up Monster Hunter for it. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Which, I gotta be honest with you, I've always kind of downplayed. I never played a version of Monster Hunter Ultimate, but from everything I'd heard, it sounded like it was unapproachable, like it was a huge time investment. There was no guide to get you through the game. Like, there's nothing in the game that kind of like said, here's how you get started, here's a tutorial so you can kind of get going. I gotta say, with the assistance of YouTube and facts, I'm really digging this game. I think it's really fun. And I got to say, I'm really impressed with the new 3DS as well because they improved the 3D effect on this top screen up here so that it tracks your face. So even when you're moving it around, the 3D effect works. It's much less distracting. And the graphics are great. Like, I'm really impressed with that game in this new system. The battery life seems to be better than the old one as well.
I got a quick question, Briar. Can you guys hear me okay now?
Yeah.
We're here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had family members using my internet. I had to go back and stab people. But anyway, Now, when you're using that new 3DS, from what I understand, you can actually use the 3DS on every game without it being a distraction now. Have you found that to be true? I mean,
the 3D effect?
Yeah, the 3D. I mean, usually when people use the old 3DS, they usually turn the 3D off.
That was me. I always turned it off because I found it to be too distracting. Yeah. But yeah, I find it to be much better. It tracks your face using the camera up here, so it kind of watches where your eyes are. So when you kind of move it around a little bit, it does a pretty good job of just kind of staying in that 3D effect. So like if you're hitting buttons and getting excited, it's right in there still for you. I also played a little bit of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is the new one, right? No, Link Between Worlds.
that one's good though. I heard with the new 3DS, it looks good, right?
Yeah, it does. It looks great. And I turned on the 3D effect, which I never had turned on when I was playing it previously. I still want to get Majora's Mask. I heard that's great for this, but
Yeah.
I'm really digging this new system.
Hey Brian, just to let you know, since you have that, the Majora's Mask actually looks better with the new 3DS than it does N64. Like, it actually looks and plays better than the N64, that was shocking me. I thought the N64 would be the better version, and it's not. It's actually the new 3DS, so you should definitely get that.
Yeah, I'm gonna. But yeah, I'm really happy with this new system. It's a little bit expensive, I think, for a portable system that basically is kind of old at this point. Even though this is like the newer version of it, it's still just a revision of older hardware.
Quick
It would have
question.
been nice to see that come out a little bit cheaper.
Did you have an issue with it not coming with an AC power port at all, a power adapter?
No, I didn't have an issue with that.
Okay.
I bought it at GameStop. It was $10 to get another one.
Okay.
Like
There's been a
either
lot. There's been a lot in
charge
the news about it.
$210 for the system, or $220 for the Nintendo branded one. Like, it really didn't bother me. I'm sure it bothers other people, but it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
I've also been playing Dying Light, so I know I'm late to the party on Dying Light. But I did pick up a copy. I picked it up used, so I got to save a little bit of money. This game is cool, guys. This game is real cool.
It really is.
Robbie, I know you played it. Beastly, I know you played it. Hector, did you get a chance yet?
Yeah, I played that. But it's not the PS4 version, no.
Oh, you got the PC version?
Yeah.
So, like, it's not a perfect game by any means. Like, the control feels a little bit on the sluggish side to me, especially when you're doing, like, the parkour stuff. That may change once you get more abilities. I'm still very early in the game. But it's cool. Like, the combat is fun. The world is really detailed. There's a ton to explore. I like the story so far. A lot of people have said the story is kind of weak, so I'm very early in the game. I've put an hour and a half into it so far, so that's that's really early. But I'm pretty impressed with it so far.
You run into weird glitches yet in the game?
No.
I didn't. I didn't run into any glitches, and we got a lot to cover, so I want to just go real quick, let you guys know what I've been playing. Dying Light. That's all I've been playing all week. Kate and I finished the game last night. We had a lot of fun with it. Like Briar said, that world is so expansive and open. It's a living, breathing world with nothing but dead people in it, and it's really awesome. I likened it to like the Elder Scrolls with zombies. To me, that's like a perfect representation of what it is. It has very similar control mechanics to Mirror's Edge. You use the R and L two buttons to attack, and R1 and L1 to jump. To me, it worked really well. At first, I thought it was a little strange the way the controls worked, but after playing for a few hours, it just made sense. I really enjoyed that game. I played a little bit of my Xbox One this week, played some Halo, played some Titanfall, which I really, really like.
That game is fun, isn't it?
Man, it is. It's a lot of fun. I did my my Xbox One first impressions video yesterday that went out, and that was a game I played during that video, and I'm not the best guy at it because I'm new. I probably put maybe an hour into the game, but I really, really like what they did with that game. The 6v6 even feels great to me. I mean, the whole thing's really, really good, but I can understand how it can become redundant after a short period of time because that's all you really get. I know there's more game modes now than there were upon the initial release, but I had a lot of fun with it. Also bought Dead Rising 3. That's in the mail. And I played some Halo. I played some Rayman Legends, which is the Xbox Games with Gold Game of the Month. So I got a pretty decent library now. I got about 6 games, and looking forward to spending more time on my Xbox One. And that's what I've been playing. But Dying Light, upon completion, I have to agree with something that you kind of alluded to earlier, Briar. The story is a little weak, but it didn't stop me from having a blast. The game is so fun that when the story aspect was going on or when cutscenes would happen, I'd just be like, okay, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go do something.
They're skippable, right? The cutscenes?
They are, but, I was playing with my wife, so I didn't want to be that rude. So, she enjoyed the story more than I did. To me, the story was, hit or miss. It wasn't even necessary.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into co-op mode after this.
It's awesome. That's, to me, the best part. When we reviewed it yesterday, we actually, both of us agreed that if we played the entire game solo, it would have been a whole point lower. So, I mean, it was really a lot of fun. And I recommend that game to anybody. I know, Robbie, you told me initially when you first played, you said, Beastly, you got to play this game. 9 to 5 Gamers told me, you got to play this game, and you guys are absolutely right. It's a lot of fun. And the one thing I got to say about this game, they really have captured that feeling of fear, that feeling of flight at nighttime when the volatiles are after you, the volatile zombies, and the music kicks in and you look over your shoulder with a triangle button and you see them coming and they're jumping over cars and jumping fences. You are really scared shitless. Excuse my language. And it's a really, really good game. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to playing with you guys later on after the show.
All right, cool.
All right, so let's do some news. There is a ton of it. GDC was this week, and obviously the output of news from GDC, even though that's not like a big news conference, I mean, there's always stuff that comes out of there now. It seems like a lot of companies do use it to kind of release, or not release stuff, but kind of introduce stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie, you're our news guy. Why don't you get us kicked off here?
All right, so there was a lot of VR this week. Project Morpheus got new specs, release date. I think Valve's new VR device that they're working on with HTC, that got a release date as well. Some new specs revealed and stuff like that. I think there was some news about Oculus Rift, like a lot of VR. And yeah, I think we should jump into Project Morpheus and talk about that first.
Yeah.
But before we do that, let me just say I'm loving that haircut, Robbie. Sexy, baby.
Thank you.
It looks good. No joke. It looks really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, back when I tried Project Morpheus before, they had 6 sensors on it, which was 4 in the front and 2 in the back. Now they increased it to 9 sensors, I believe. So that's what's really interesting now. There's still 2 in the back, but now it's I believe it's 1, 2, and then 1 on each side, and then there's like 1 sensor in the front. So like there's like a specific sensor. I believe it's 9. If it's 8, then it's 3 in the front and then 2 in the back still. But I'm pretty sure it's 9. And the thing that's pretty cool about it now, it really senses, because before the problem was if you're looking at the screen and you lean forward, you sort of can't tell you're leaning forward and it kind of messes with your mind. But now you can do the forward motion and backwards motion, and along with turning around and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool that they added that. So that's probably going to help with the motion sickness a lot. You know, if for the people that are a little too queasy, it'll definitely help with the motion sickness. So I think that's pretty awesome that they added those sensors. That was like pretty big news. And a lot of news is I didn't see yet the new one, but a lot of people said it's really clear. It's crystal clear picture that it actually does look 1080p like up close, which is good because before at some points you could definitely sort of see like a screen effect where it looks like you're looking at like a screen window or something, but like now it's sort of not like that. They said it's a lot clearer and stuff, so that's pretty cool. So
because the thing is too, they actually did confirm this week the display is going to be 1920 by 1080. It's going to have 120 hertz refresh rate as well. So a lot of these concerns about it obviously not being a high enough resolution to kind of give that immersion that you want out of VR and what we expect, it sounds like even with the hardware limitations of the PS4, with it not being like an open development like a PC, obviously they can't upgrade the hardware. What's there is there, and they have to develop off it. But they're really doing a good job with what they got, and I think, yeah, Morpheus is going to be great. It got announced for it's going to be released in the first half of 2016, so it's coming. It's about a year away. VR
I think it's still 720p for each eye. So
No,
like it's not 7 for each eye, and it goes to 1080p.
Yeah.
I think they did say each individual screen is 1080. I could be wrong about that.
1080 because then the resolution is higher.
I was looking at the specs. Yes, 1920 by 1080p.
Yeah, but
what they do is they combine the 2 screens.
Yeah,
make that number.
I think it's still by resolution for each eye. It'll be 720p though.
Yeah,
as opposed to more. Sure. Yeah, because that's what it together would be 1080p. I don't know if they're doing like that. 'Cause I remember that's what Oculus Rift does. It's per eye, and then they combine the specs together. But that's still good. I mean, for a console, either way, the cool thing is 120 hertz. That's what's impressive to me. If they could, really keep up with that, that's really good. You know what I mean? That to me will be impressive. They could do 120 hertz. So.
Well, they say Sony has said this is basically a near final, basically pretty much a final device. Like they're basically done developing it, and this is what's going to be on the market. So it is going to be 120.
You guys saw it though, right? The way it looks sleek. It looks nice. It looks light. A lot of people said it's light, so I actually like the way it looks. I think if that was a final product right there, it looks good. It doesn't look too boxy. It looks pretty cool.
Just real quick to let you guys know, on bestvirtualreality.com, the Project Morpheus specs are 1920 by 1080, but per eye is 960 by 1080.
It's 960? All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like the way it's got like that headband, so like the weight of the thing is going to be on your head as opposed to on your face.
Yeah. They did that for people that wear glasses. So anyone who wears glasses, there you go. It won't push the glasses down. You can actually wear glasses. Everyone was saying at GDC and like the interview stuff, when I saw it, they said that the glasses, it's better than Oculus. It doesn't force it all. You can still wear comfortably with glasses on. So
That's great. That's great. I'm really looking forward to all of these things. I hope that every one of them is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm just scared to find out the
VR
focus.
coming this year too, because that new VR headset by Valve, this is coming this fall. Like VR is here. It
The
is
first-
practically
We'll
ready.
see about that,
The
Val.
first VR is this one.
Your release dates before.
That's
The
true.
first VR is this, the Samsung Note 4, the Gear, the ones that work with Oculus. So they got the first ones. So
That's true. And then you do look at Oculus. They already have development kits out there. Like there are versions of the Oculus that you can, well, at least dev kits that you can get your hands on. And the Samsung VR, I think this spring they said they're going to have dev kits. So virtual reality is, the future is here. Like it's really almost here. It is so close. And it's going to be amazing to see it take off. Like I am so excited now. Like over this last weekend, I've just gotten
I just hope it's good, Robbie. That's the thing. It's like I just hope it's good.
well, it's
Yeah.
good. Back to the Future. 2015 is the year, right? I mean, the future is here, Robbie. Just letting you know.
That's true.
And the thing is, the Oculus development team has been kind of worried that the other companies are releasing their VR because they've been thinking that if someone rushes it out and puts out a subpar product,
It'll ruin it.
it's going to ruin the whole prospect of VR being, what they think that the VR could actually be in the future. So hopefully nobody rushes out the gate to get it out there first, putting out a subpar product and turning off, potential adopters of this new technology, because I'm really excited about it. I'm probably more excited about Morpheus than anything right now because I'm more of a console gamer. But I hope that it all works well,
Yeah, now we got to start seeing software.
Yes.
We got to see what a lot of the Sony first parties are doing too. Apparently, they're working on Morpheus games, a lot of the studios. So it's going to be interesting to see how well those games work and what they come up with. Like, I can't wait to see what developers are going to do with this technology.
Real quick before we go with that thing, if you want to see gameplay, go to GameSpot. One video that they talk about Oculus Rift. You actually see one game looks pretty cool where he actually has a handgun, he's shooting. He actually takes the PlayStation Move and he pretends like he's loading and actually loads the gun. He turns around and starts shooting.
Yes,
That's
please.
Awesome.
I saw that. It
That
looks so
is-
cool.
He literally was hiding behind the desk and going like this, like shooting gangster style, and it's actually working. So I'll tell you right now, if they can pull that off, it's awesome. So.
That is so cool.
That just sounds great. That is why I want virtual reality. It's like for that kind of an experience, Like popping
Yeah,
out
it's
like you're a
coming
little
this year.
kid, like and your imagination is just running wild. Like that's what I think virtual reality has the hope of doing. I can't wait for that.
It's so close to. I can't believe how close it is. Like, if that immersion really is what we believe it to be, and it's as good as people are saying it's going to be, like, it's here. The future is now. I'm getting more excited as it goes.
Thinking of
Yeah.
future applications where you're using Project Morpheus or another VR peripheral, where you're able to use the camera scanning your actual body in multiplayer with a friend of yours, and you actually see them in that space. All this stuff is becoming reality. It's like Star Trek now. I'm a big Star Trek fan, by the way. It's like the holodeck. It's like the real thing coming to life. And Robbie, you're so lucky because you're so young. This is actually the christening of what we've been dreaming about for decades, and you're there now at 18 years old. When I was 18, I thought Final Fantasy VII was the shit, and now you guys have VR. It's like insane, and I'm really excited.
Well, they were promising that back in the '90s too, though.
That's true. That really did flop back then.
It was different. Trust me, the VR that
Way different.
they were promising back then, it was Tron type VR that just looked like garbage. Now it's like actual, real, beautiful games. I'm super excited about it.
So, Hector, you made a video this week where you got all excited about a new feature that's coming to PlayStation, and as soon as I watched your video, I immediately started searching to see, is this true or is he just trolling me?
I put the link in the video.
Oh, this is the one. Okay.
It is such a good feature that I can't believe it hasn't been in every system since I don't know when. Can you tell us about it? I mean,
Yes. I'm going to tell you that I want to hear Beasley's first thoughts on this. Wait. Did I say Beasley thoughts? Yeah, okay. But anyway,
Oh man.
yeah, so I got like some dislikes on this video because I mentioned, all right, there's all the PlayStation 2.50 update has not been officially announced what's on it. So there's only been two things that pretty much has been rumored by someone from NeoGAF. So in reality, take it a grain of salt. But there's pictures, screenshots, and everything. Okay, the first one is suspend mode. The suspend mode is the one that they've been promising. So more than likely, that's true. They've been promising that forever. Okay, so like I didn't really go into too much detail. We all know what suspend mode is. They announced that back when the PlayStation 4 was first introduced. Anyway, they've been saying that for the longest time. They're finally gonna get suspend mode. Now, the other feature is button mapping. It's a new feature that they showed, and you could change the button layout on the PS4 to whatever you want it to be on the controller. So you can switch. If I want the triangle button to be the square button, I can go ahead and switch the button mapping on the PS4. They showed screenshots.
Yep.
I saw that. I'm like, that is going to change the gaming completely. For first person, whatever shooter you want, instead of relying on the game itself to select a button style, you can select your own button style, whatever makes you feel comfortable, and you do it like that. That to me that's something PC has been able to do forever, but now you can do that, on a console. That to me changes the game because eventually people are gonna want that on their console. They're gonna have to do it. Everyone's gonna have to do it from now on. And I think that's awesome. It shouldn't be up to the developer to do that. It should be up to the console itself to actually let you change it. So
I don't know. I'd really like to see it instituted in each game so that each game is customized. Or if PlayStation allows me to customize it for each game, that's fine too. But I want it to be customized for each game. I don't want to have to change it for each game.
Well,
yeah, you can save it as the title.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if you can save as though?
Perfect.
That's the thing.
Perfect.
See, that's what if you can save it as, then like this is the one I'm gonna use all the time for Call of Duty. This is
right, and every time I pop in Call of Duty, it just goes to that control scheme. Oh my god, that would be amazing.
That's awesome.
Like already, it's amazing. Like for people with accessibility issues, it's already probably the best news they've heard ever. Right? Like, there's people out there that just don't have use of a full controller. And not having the ability to remap the buttons is really a pain in the ass. But even for me, who has full use of my thumbs and fingers, being able to change the buttons, if I go into Destiny and then move over to Call of Duty, it'd be nice if I didn't have to relearn which buttons do which. Yeah. So I'm not throwing grenades when I mean to jump. Or if I go into, what's that dumb game that you like to play, Beastly, all the time?
I knew you were going to do this.
Shots fired.
This is real.
The Last of Us, damn it.
Yeah, it's not a dumb game. I'm just kidding. But it's got dumb controls, and if I could just remap the controls, to something that makes sense,
then you'd be in?
Oh my god, no, the bitch bombs would still keep me out, but
Okay, so is this a rumor or is this something that
it's a rumor?
It's still a rumor, man, because they have rumor with pictures. So unless someone's really good at Photoshop, which we know people are on the internet, I still hope this is true because this is something that people have been asking for. If it is true, this is something people have been asking for years, and that kind of is another notch that they're listening to gamers if they do this because that is huge. That came out of nowhere. That to me seems like it's a small thing. If you really think about it, it's a small update, but it's huge. Like, to me, it can change gaming completely. It changed gaming, because you can set it up the way you want to, and that lets you play the way you want to play. So
every FPS, you can play every first-person shooter the same way, every adventure game the same way.
Yeah, you don't have to learn controls. But the accessibility issue, I think, shouldn't be glossed over. People who need this feature and been asking for it for years are finally getting it. I think that's really a notch on Sony's belt.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Suspend mode, I couldn't care less about in a console. I don't even understand why everybody's so upset. In a mobile device, yeah, it makes a lot of sense because you want to, I'm playing, on the bus, I want to just shut the thing and I'll start where I left off later. But on a PlayStation,
that's the thing I didn't think it was a big deal for me. I would never use it because when I turn off my PlayStation 4, I turn it back on. Even if I put it in sleep mode, what do I need the game to be there? Well, what about the people if I take the disc out? Is it, what I mean? It's suspend mode. It's going to be for every app. What if I have more than one app open? Is it going to suspend every single one?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a speed issue.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. So
I don't have any complaints about the speed of my PlayStation 4 loading. Not like I do with the other console in my life right now.
Hey, giving someone the option, I think that's great. I'm just saying, for me personally, that's not something I'm probably going to use that much at all. But
no. I mean, it's good that they finally put it in there because they've been promising it since before the console was released.
Yeah. I think when it was first announced, they actually were talking about that feature too, along with things like share play and all that. That took a couple of years to come. Yeah, so it's good that it's finally coming out.
And since they've sold 20.2 million of them, a lot of people will be happy about this.
Wait,
How many was that, Brian? One more time.
20.2 million PlayStation 4 sold.
The way he started pronouncing million.
Million.
You're supposed to go like this, Briar.
I want $1 million.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a big number.
It's the fastest selling console of all time. Well, it's slated to be. At this point, it is, and I think they're doing a lot of things right. Obviously, I'm guessing that this number is probably twice as many Xbox Ones have been sold.
It's been a while since Xbox has released that number, but yeah, it's around twice.
I think Xbox One last announced they were at like 13 million or something like that, or 14. No. So they're not super.
They're not that.
But it was 13 in stores. They still not announced that's been shipped. So they're waiting to see how much was announced, legit announced.
Sold. Yeah, sold in store.
So it's kind of weird that they didn't announce it. But I mean, I guess you don't need to announce it. It's only pretty much people like us that are kind of curious.
Well, it's exciting for me to hear that kind of news. Especially for me being a Sony pony, I really can't be that anymore because I'm actually enjoying my Xbox One. But it feels good to fall into consensus with the world. Obviously a lot more people are finding the PS4 more attractive for various reasons. But like I said in my my Xbox One impressions video, Phil Spencer has really turned the tide with the Xbox One. I think that guy alone was the reason that I actually turned around and bought an Xbox One. He resonated with me. Yeah, he resonated with me. His changes resonated with me. Everything that was wrong with the Xbox One, he took it upon himself with his team to turn that around 180 and make the Xbox One a more accessible console, and he removed all that TV BS. Of course, it still has all that stuff built into the hardware, but they don't even say it. If you say TV, they're like, what? They don't even want to talk about TV anymore, and they're focused on the games. And so I think that over the next couple of years, Xbox probably has a really good, as long as they have good exclusives, the games seem to work really well. They play fine, they are fun, and they look fantastic. So, Xbox had a really bad start. Who knows how it ends?
No. Xbox had a really good start. PlayStation had a stupid good start.
Yeah, well,
Xbox One is selling far faster than the Xbox 360 did in the same amount of time.
Yeah, the Xbox One is still one of the best-selling consoles of all time. Everybody obviously talks about how amazing the PS4 is selling. The Xbox One is selling amazing, too. It really is compared to all the other systems.
What's exciting about the PlayStation news selling 20.2 million is how fast we're going to see a transition from the old consoles to the new consoles. We're going to stop seeing titles developed and released for the old consoles and the new consoles faster than I think anybody would have suspected.
Briar, speaking of that, Mad Max has been announced as a release date for September 1st. That game is finally coming out, and the PS3 and 360 versions have been canceled. Just bringing that up. So what do you guys think of this? Because Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, has actually come out the same day. And that's going to be a big deal.
Well, it's going to be a big deal for Metal Gear. It's going to be
Metal Gear Solid.
That's what I mean. Mad Max is kind of in trouble at this point. I mean, we haven't really seen anything on that game at this point. I'm excited for it, but I don't know. We just haven't heard anything from it for so long.
They're going to change that release date. Nobody's Metal Gear.
That's just a placeholder for now until it gets there.
And let me clarify, because Briar came in and he really kind of shut me down. I wasn't saying the Xbox One as a whole is
we
doing
moved
bad.
on, Beasley. Get over it.
Okay, we're moving on.
You came too far.
Yeah, so what do you guys think about Mad Max? Are you excited about it at all? I mean, we haven't seen
No, I'm not. I have no idea about any of the details about that game. I think I've seen a screenshot.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't be excited over a screenshot. Brian, I agree. I can't be excited over a screenshot. That's like...
I used to love those movies when I was a kid, but I'm not even that excited about the movie. The movie was
That's
delayed.
Tom Hardy, right?
Yeah.
Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Well, the movie's coming out in May, and whoever decided to release that game September 1st is eating their shoe right now and scrambling to change that date. They're going to go at least 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after that date. Because if they go September 1st, Mad Max is going to sell 5 copies because everybody's going to be buying.
They might sell 5 copies anyway.
Yeah, maybe.
No matter when it releases.
Yeah, but
I think, like Briar said, we're going to see a lot more of developers canning last-gen versions of games because the install base of these two current-gen consoles is at 30+ million now.
Yeah, it's growing so fast, yeah.
They can actually focus on these games, making them better than they would have been if they were tethered to the last-gen version. So I think it's a win for everybody. And for the people who don't have the next-gen consoles, your time's coming. You know, I know what it's like to not have one and think, oh, well, I want it on PS3, or my mom and dad's not going to buy me a PS. You're going to have one. It's going to happen. So, and when you do finally get your next-gen version, you're going to want the best version of the game that you're thinking about. So I think it works out for the best for everybody.
Well, I had a question. It actually relates to the next bunch of topics. Is since we're all talking about the big two, Xbox One and PS4, what about Steam Machine? Those are the ones that, are coming out soon. Is that going to put a dent at all with Valve announcing
because Valve is doing that completely wrong. They need one Steam machine that is priced $500 and they make it as powerful as they can. Make it a PC in their living room. Instead, they're doing like a billion different things. There's no way this thing is going to take off.
It's really hard to focus on the Steam machine when there's like multiple versions. There's like 10, 13 versions of it.
I think there's 15 actually. Like each manufacturer has their own.
I like this because it's basically a PC. So I got, I'm an adult. I got a little more disposable income than, maybe a 25-year-old kid. I would like to, buy something that is going to last a little longer, be a little more powerful, and that can be my PC gaming experience. I don't have to buy a fucking Windows 8 PC and be miserable.
See, the thing is this, like what Briar just said, you'll be surprised how many people buy miniature, compact PCs so they could use for their screen in their living room, stuff like that. A lot of people are moving to that. Like, so that's what this Steam machine is. Yes, it's for gamers to do as well, but also there's people, whatever there's, developers and stuff that would like to just have in their living room or something as opposed to sitting down and using the regular PC. I'm not saying it's smart because I think you could literally, for the amount of money you pay, for whatever money you pay, you could build a PC that's cheaper than that. They'll have maybe more stuff than what you're paying, but at the same time, the convenience, the compact form, how small it is, and the fact that it runs cool, like everyone's saying it runs cool, it makes it very easy for people to set it down. I mean,
there's a relationship between time and money that is different for everybody.
Yeah.
Some people would rather spend less money on a PC and put it together themselves. Other people would rather spend more money on a PC and know it was put together right and not have to do it themselves. I'd rather spend my time gaming than putting together a PC.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Years ago, I'd much rather put together my own PC, but that's changed. That relationship has changed over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about the Steam machines. Is it a totally new UI? Like, if you turn it on, will it just come on like a PlayStation? You put your PC version of a game in.
It has its own OS built in. Yeah, it has
it's like a modified Unix, right?
Well,
Linux.
See, the thing is, all the Steam machines are doing the same thing. Like, it does have the Steam OS on it. So it has Steam OS, but you can also do another operating system. So you could have a Windows as well. You can also have Linux. You can have it supports all of it. So you could have dual OSs in it. That's the advantage of it. So if you want Windows 8, if you can still put Windows 8 there if you want it, but you don't want it.
No one wants that. Let's be real here.
Windows 10 is right around the corner.
I'll have Windows 10 in a minute. Okay, so you can basically do everything on a Steam machine that you can do with your computer at home, basically. Is that what you're saying? Or is it just used for gaming predominantly?
Depends which version you get. Because, like they said, there's more expensive ones that has stuff in it. The really cheaper ones, it's going to be hard to do that because you have less memory and stuff. Like, it depends how you build it. But for the most part, yes, you can make it like a PC. Like a normal PC, you can add certain things in it.
From what I've seen, even the lower-end Steam machines are able to easily mimic the power of the PS4 and the Xbox One. So that looks
actually, technically, the cheaper ones are actually more power than the PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
It's like it's
it's
actually
actually
really varied.
The resolution is more. So in resolution and frames per second, slightly more.
But you don't get that awesome Xbox One controller.
Yeah, you don't. Wait, what?
Hold on a sec. Go back.
You got an Xbox 360 controller from also.
Yeah. Well, Steam also said that they're backing off of their controller, like that thumb pad design that they had.
Good.
Yeah, that's real good. Like they're kind of moving back to the thumbsticks. They're going to be more traditional than those kind of. What were they? You'd almost call them like touch pads on.
Like trackpad. There's like a little trackpad built into it. Yeah, you drag your thumb across it. It was supposed to be like a mouse pad.
Weird, man. It was weird. It does not. It works for certain games, but some games it just felt weird. That's all I can explain. It's just it moves too quickly without getting used to it. Like it's weird. It's the learning curve on that. It's really high.
Yeah. The learning curve on thumbsticks was really high. I remember that being a thing.
I think like it got more natural once you got used to this thing though. The touch, the sensor, it's kind of weird. You know, if you slide your finger too quickly, it jumps across the screen. Because you think about mouse, how quickly that moves. You know, it's kind of hard to control. So, but.
All right, what's next? Source Engine?
There's a few things. Yeah.
Nvidia Shield announced?
Wait, Half-Life 3 announced?
Nope.
No.
Sorry. Sorry. That's what they're setting up for, since they got the new Source Engine, just to let you know.
Yeah, Source Engine 2 has been announced. I guess maybe you could debut Half-Life 3 with it at some point. You never know. It could still be coming. But
imagine if Source Engine is developed to take advantage of their VR headset, and the first game that's released using it is Half-Life 3, and it's only VR compatible.
Oh.
that's the end right there. That spells apocalypse. Like, Jesus, man. World's going to explode.
If you guys remember a long time ago when they announced it was going to be Source Engine 2, when they showed like a leak of it, it also showed Half-Life there as for Source Engine 2. So far we got Source Engine 2. We're just waiting for the next announcement. Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
It's just a tease for what's to come. Half-Life 3.
Can I ask you guys a question? Is anybody here like a super Half-Life fan?
I like Half-Life. Half-Life 2 was my favorite.
Half-Life 2.
But I do like Half-Life, so I'm actually looking forward to Half-Life 3. So
I liked Half-Life, but I didn't think it was like crazy amazing. Like it was cool. Half-Life 2, the physics were really cool, but to be honest with you, a lot of stuff about Half-Life 2 drove me crazy. Like the levels just felt like they went forever. You know, I felt like I was playing the same level for like an hour and a half. You know, it was cool, but like the amount of hype around Half-Life 3, it's almost like more of a joke to me than real hype.
To be honest with you, it has as much hype as your favorite game, Brian.
Fallout.
It's a Fallout. It's Fallout and Half-Life.
It's the
most anticipated games right now. People are waiting for one of them to be announced.
Fallout 4 way over Half-Life 3. Come on,
no,
Fallout 4.
Anyway.
Not for everyone. That's
I can't agree. You know, I played Half-Life 2, and I loved it. I got it with the orange box. And at the time that I got it... Oh,
you played it on console?
Yeah. Well, I'm not a PC guy. But at the time that I got it, I played it, I was like, wow, this is amazing. The story, the world, it was so well realized. And I realized how old the game was when I played it.
Yeah.
For the time that they came out, it was revolutionary. And I can see what people want these characters to evolve to. The fact that they take forever to release anything, you know, just a little niblet of something.
I didn't even play Half-Life 2 when I bought the orange box. Because I already played it. Yeah, Portal.
What? The orange box was a godsend. I didn't know anything about any of those games at all. And I bought it on my Xbox 360. And I sat down next to Kate and I started booting it up. And I played Portal. I was like, what's going on? What is this? And I shot at the wall and I looked through the hole. I was like, what is that? Then I looked over. I said, holy shit. I was done. I was completely finished.
I'll tell you guys one thing. This year at E3, if I'm there, and they announce both Fallout 4 and also Half-Life 3, I'm throwing money on stage, Brian. I'm throwing
like, here we go. Take the money. Take the money.
Just take it all.
Same here. Oh, man.
I think that they'll both be well received. There's tons and tons of people looking forward to them both. I personally, I'm looking more forward to Fallout because I played numerous Fallout games, but I think that Half-Life is just as big in its own PC world.
What about
See,
that?
the thing is, I have never even played a Half-Life game before. I really haven't. I've played Portal. I love Portal. I played like spin-offs of Half-Life. I've never played the actual games though. But all the hype for Half-Life 3 purely comes from just because everyone is so hyped about it. I kind of get lost in that hype. You know what I mean? Like I just get so excited about it because like I just feel it. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it too.
See, the thing with it, it's not just Half-Life itself; it's all the modded versions of Half-Life. Like Half-Life, like it just keeps going on. The same thing with Fallout. Those two games are just so modded that like it becomes its own game with all the people that mod it. Like that's what's so exciting about games like that. That you just keep going on and on. Same thing for this other game called GTA 5. When that PC version, that's why
Never
everyone
heard of it. What's that?
to mod the crap out of it. You know what I mean? That's what
Who
people
developed that game?
Yeah, dude, there's some star. But but yeah, man, like that games like that, people love to mod, and that's what really makes the game. The community makes the game. So.
And I gotta say this too: when there's a real continuation of a series, not like a prequel or something like that, or a side story, that's what gets people hyped. Like Half-Life 3 is going to have people hyped. Like if Nintendo announced Super Mario 4, people would go ape shit. Compared to like
I would be pretty excited to see that, even if it was on like the 3DS or something.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a continuation. It's an actual number. It's like what is it, Virtual Fighter? Last round crap. I mean, people are tired of all these side stories and prequels and stuff like that. But if they continue a story as in a number, people are more amped for it. So I think that's why Half-Life 3 versus a side story is something that people are really stoked for.
Yeah. All right, that sounds pretty good. All right, we gotta get to the biggest news this week by far, and that is that Rock Band 4 has been announced. Do you guys hear about this?
Yeah, I heard about that. Also, the new Nvidia Shield.
That's right.
Wow, whatever
That's what
then.
I'm talking about.
You guys just not excited at all? Like, I'm super excited about this. I love Rock Band. It's been a long time. I'm totally ready.
Only one
Rock
cool
Band
thing
1
about
still.
that. The fact that they allow you to keep all the DLC you have.
That's good. That's really
Yeah,
good. 'Cause a
that
lot of
was
people
smart.
spend
Other
a lot of
than
money.
the Beatles and stuff like that, they did say that some of the music would not be transferable, and they're trying to work out a plan with Sony and Microsoft to include a peripheral, like I said last week, that allows you to plug it into your system and plug in your old instruments. So
Someone already created that by now. I guarantee someone's doing it right now on eBay. Like,
Why couldn't you plug in the old ones? They were just USB. Why wouldn't you be able to do that?
because it's not the driver side. They do that on purpose.
It's USB 3. It's USB 3.0, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Versus 2, I don't know what they'd have to do, but I know that was in the news article that they were trying to work out a peripheral that allowed the old instruments to work with the new consoles.
same thing for the fighting game pads, arcade sticks. They do the same thing. They're not compatible because they don't allow it to be compatible. They can add drivers to it to make it work. They don't want to. You make more money by not doing that. Like,
Dicks.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. This was big back in the day. Like 5 years ago? 2010 was the last Rock Band, and it was big news back in the day. I mean, bars were doing, basically a version of karaoke with Rock Band on stages. You're going to parties that had Rock Band, and it was fun. But it got old quick, and
Yeah, like spinners.
What if it's been enough time and they bring it back?
5
Like, I
years.
feel like
Come on, 5 years for a comeback. It's like it needs a little longer, I think.
Yeah, but you're right. I saw bars. Like, there was bars that had that. Like, for like instead of normal karaoke, they had Rock Band karaoke. I was like, too far. Too far. Go back to karaoke.
There was a line you crossed right over.
Like, I'm way too sober to hear you sing the Rock Band. Sorry.
Or watch you play plastic instruments.
yeah, that's true.
Somebody better be getting naked here, or I'm out.
I heard that. I think
You
the
guys
first
even find it fun, like playing Rock Band at friends' houses and stuff, though? Like, I thought that was some of the most fun I've ever had playing
It
a game.
was
Playing
probably,
with
but it
friends.
just got old after a while.
Yeah. To me, the lifespan of Rock Band lasted for me about 2 years. After 2 years, I was like, there's nothing else I want to play, nothing else I want to sing. It's pretty much over. It just died out for me. Like I said, like those old spinning rims, it just died out. It's a wrap.
No, those are still hot.
Those are still
Oh,
awesome,
bullshit.
man. I don't know what you're talking about.
What state are you guys in?
Dude, New Jersey, you still be spinning rims in this state, bro.
Yeah. Who knows? I guess we'll see. like I said last week, there's a lot of younger gamers who really didn't get an opportunity to play it when it was big, when it was, in bars and people having parties. So I guess the time will come again, and who knows? But they said after this there'll be no more. So they're not going to
Yeah,
make
this is going to be like a
version.
platform, basically. They're going to release DLC on this.
That's what they said about the
generation.
last one.
And the one before that.
Yeah.
And the one before that. They
Let's
said that
hope
their
they don't
plan is
hammer
to
second.
not release any other versions of Rock Band after this initial release, that they were going to continue to support it with DLC only. So we'll see. These developers are always telling the truth.
Yeah.
Well-
I give them credit though, at least for trying to make the old DLC work with the new game.
Yeah, that was cool. That was pretty cool announcement.
A
So.
lot of people spent a lot of money on that stuff. Actually, do you know, guys, a lot of people rip that stuff off of their PlayStations, those tracks, because in a lot of cases, those are better versions of the song than you can buy on CD.
Oh, wow.
Because
Really?
all the tracks are separated, like the guitar and the drum and the bass and the vocals are all are separated on those PlayStation tracks or on the Xbox tracks. So you can rip those out, and then you can mix them however you want, and they actually they're higher bit rate than you'd get on a CD.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if they're higher bit rate. There's something about it. Like you can mix it, so it's I don't know. Look into it. If you're interested, you can wiki that, I'm sure.
Nice.
All right, I want to talk about this Nvidia Shield for real.
Okay.
Did you guys take a look at this thing? It looks like a console, right? It looks like a really thin console. It's made by Nvidia. It's going by the same name as that tablet they had, the Shield. But what this thing supposedly is going to allow you to do is play PC games on your TV by streaming them, kind of similar to how PlayStation Now would work, except it's not coming from a server in the cloud. It's coming from the PC in your house.
Yeah.
And you're streaming back and forth that way.
It sounds like it could definitely work better. Like you would think the connection could be better, but
You'd
maybe
think
until we see this thing in action.
I would guess you better have a wired connection between those two locations, though.
It still works. The Nvidia Shield does the same thing. The regular Nvidia Shield. That's what people use it for, and it's good if you have a strong Wi-Fi in the house. But like I saw Linus. I don't know if you guys see Linus Tech Tips.
Tech Tips.
So he always showed the Nvidia Shield how they streamed it. It does lag sometimes, but for the most part, it's actually pretty decent. So I'm assuming that this is more stable because it's not like a portable thing. So hopefully it'll be more stable. Is Beastly multiplying?
Yeah.
It's just frozen on my screen. Yeah, it's glitching out.
I was like, oh shit. But yeah, I think it'll be cool. I mean, yeah, like you said, Briar, that'd be interesting. You could directly connect it. Like that would be cool.
I've used the PlayStation TV, that newer device, to stream games for my PlayStation 4. I'm sorry.
Oh.
It works, but there is significant lag if it's not a hardwired connection. Even in my house, I have good Wi-Fi here. I bought an expensive router, and I get strong signal around the house, but Destiny's not playable on the PlayStation TV unless I have a hardwired connection, which sucks.
Hold on, are we talking about lag here? What's that? I swear I want to go buy me that expensive router. You better leave it in our show notes because this AT&T stuff, I pay too much money for it for me to be getting kicked out of my own show.
Didn't you? I thought you wired up. Didn't you just wire up before the?
I am wired up, but it's their modem. It's a company modem, and they don't care about Beastly Thoughts.
Well, the router's not going to help you.
Right.
It should. It's the most important show on the internet.
You damn right. Dear Obama's watching. Hello, America.
Wow.
All right.
I don't know. It's a pretty interesting thing, though. And it could definitely compete directly with Steam machines.
The thing is, like, the market. I'm so confused with the Shield because the Shield at least makes sense as portable. You can still have it as a portable Android device, so you play Android games and stuff like that, and it's portable.
You could hook that up to a TV, too, right?
What was that?
You could hook that up to a TV, too.
That does that. It streams the PC games to the TV. You could hook it up to the TV. There's so many things you could do with it, but this is stationary. Like, this is the fact that it's stationary. Like, I don't know what the market is because you can't play PC games directly off it. You have to stream it for a PC you already built to it. So it's like, at that point, you could technically, I don't understand the the streaming PC games within the household anyway, because you could just connect your PC to the TV.
TV, yeah.
So like, and there's no lag to it. So I don't understand. Like, if people really want it, you can just do HDMI to HDMI, and it's there. So that's why I'm like, I'm confused with it a little bit. I never understood the Shield itself. At least the Shield was its own Android device, separate, and then it was also stream this. This is just, I don't know who the market is, to be honest. I don't know.
It does seem like a small market, doesn't it? When you talk about it like that, it does seem really small.
Yeah, but the other thing about the Shield too is it actually does play its own native games. Like it has a store, and you can
like
use
Android
it as your
games.
games console.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing that's another bad part about it. You need an expensive PC because it won't be able to stream unless it's a GTX 700 or more. So like you need a GTX 770 or higher to even be able to stream it. So like right off the bat, you're looking at some money for this PC that you need to build and then have this other device to stream instead of just taking your PC and slide it over to your TV. Like,
They should just put one in the box with every Titan they sell.
yeah. There you go. So.
Everybody wants to make some money, man. You know, people are going to come up with
I like
whatever
money.
they can.
Everybody likes money.
Yeah, I like my
I like what money allows me to do.
Strippers.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's true.
I'm going to go get me some ones. Let me tell you guys, especially for you married guys in the world, you don't ever have to go to a strip club, ever. You got a woman at home, she's attractive, you got a broomstick, the house needs to be swept, pull out a few ones, throw them where you need them to throw.
What?
On that note,
Is this a video games podcast? Somebody please tell me.
well, it did sound like something you see on Grand Theft Auto, so I guess it's okay.
It just need to be cleaned.
real
I'll just throw a
life Grand Theft
dollar
Auto.
bill into there.
No? Don't knock it till you try it. You have a damn clean
Bed
house.
needs to get made. Just throw a couple bucks on the bed. Oh, whoa.
And,
Oh, where'd that come from?
Mixed signals here on the bed. All right, is that it for news?
Goodness.
One last thing I wanted to talk about because I'm really excited about this. We've gone through just about everything, which I'm really happy about. But one thing I'm super excited about. Did you guys hear about Wolfenstein: The Old Blood?
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard about it. The prequel?
yeah. I like this idea. That's a cool game. That Wolfenstein game was good. The New Order.
Standalone DLC. So it's kind of like First Light, infamous First Light, the DLC that came out after Second Son, which names are really confusing. It's standalone DLC. So even if you bought the game, sold the game, never played the original game, you can buy this DLC and have a lot of fun with it.
Yep.
do you get more stuff though, since if you had the original, or no?
I know what he's thinking, just like last time. The infamous.
I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. You get last time for the infamous, you got like extra things just for if you already played the game, you had original data saved, you know. So that's what I was wondering.
It's a possibility. They might be going based on that old strategy. But I really like when developers release standalone DLC. You know, The Last of Us, was there standalone? No, theirs wasn't actually.
I think it was.
Was it?
I think it was. I don't remember.
Did you? I think you have to have that original game just to start up the DLC, though.
Yep.
I could be wrong. I thought it was, but yeah, maybe
I'm pretty
not.
sure. But I know that Infamous did it, and that was like groundbreaking at the time. And now Wolfenstein's doing it, and I hope more developers do it because a lot of people buy games, get rid of those games once they're done with them to for the used game market. Games like The Order 1886. For people who played that game, who enjoyed that game like I did, once you look at it for the second time, there's nothing else for you to do.
No.
There's no reason at all for you to go back into that game. So unless you collect games like most of us here, you'll probably go take it to GameStop or trade it in somewhere. And if they do release DLC for that game and it's standalone, you're not really missing out. You can actually continue on getting rid of stuff you don't need and still playing games. So I really like that.
Especially for this, I am so excited because Wolfenstein was like the game that came out of nowhere. That game was awesome, and I did not expect it at all. Like I was
Kind of
just
like Dying Light, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And to have more of that, and if people by any chance missed out on that game, which I'd really recommend it to you because it's an awesome, awesome game, you can just jump into this DLC and kind of get a taste of what that game was like. It's just a smaller expansion to that game, and it's also it's only on the new consoles as well, unfortunately. So if you're on last gen, sorry, but they're not letting it be held back. So yeah, definitely pick it up. Oh, such a good game.
All right, guys, is that all we got for news this week?
I think that's it for news.
All right, I wanted to make a quick mention once again. Briar did mention this last week. I don't know if we got any responses, but we are now taking watching the live stream. When you have questions for any of the co-hosts about themselves, where they're from, what their life is like, how big is their shoe, all kinds of stuff. We're here to answer those questions. Or even video game related stuff. We're here for all that stuff. Just leave them in the comments below. Brian will have the list of the questions and we'll answer them for you next week. You guys prepare for the live stream. We're getting ready to get into some Dying Light on PS4.
That's right.
Who's going to be doing the actual streaming? Do you guys want me to do it? Robbie, are you going to do it?
I'll be streaming. I put a link down in the description. You may have to refresh to see it, but it is down there. Beastly, if you'd like to stream, give me your link.
Oh, you can stream. You can stream. It's not, to me, not that big of a deal. I mean, I like to hear what people are saying. Maybe I will. I'll let you know during the stream.
All right. So yeah, we'll be streaming probably 10 minutes or so after the show ends. Give everybody a chance to refill and empty the containers that need those things.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Tune into the live stream.
That's all right. See you next week.
Thank you for watching.